The Civil Rights Act was passed in 1964 with the engineering of President Lyndon Johnson and a collection of Republicans and Democratic members of Congress. They were able to win bipartisan passage of a sweeping law that many Americans at the time, in fact, were dead set against. Many members of Congress were dead set against. Why is it so seemingly impossible to bridge a divide like that in Washington today?
Well, in part, as you suggest, the country is very different. The country was just as divided then, probably more so. Let's remember that on the centennial of the Civil War, it seemed like we were on the verge of another one. The unrest in the streets, the tremendous bitterness at play in the country was far exceeds in some ways anything we see today. But what's different is the parties are very different. As you know from your work in the South, the party alignment is completely different today. There are still Southern Democrats, but now they're Republicans. And in 1964, the Republican Party still took very seriously its heritage as the party of Lincoln. And there were moderate and even conservative Republicans who were willing to work with Northern liberals on a question like civil rights. So today we have congressional districts that are redder and bluer, where the fear of any member is a primary challenge from the right or the left. There's no incentive to work with people across the aisle. And we just have a Washington that is more polarized than the country as a whole. And paradoxically, 50 years ago, we had the reverse, a deeply polarized country with a Washington that still functioned.